What is up, internet? My name is Dire Saint, and welcome to my new Iron Man series, Iron Mondays, where we'll be giving weekly updates on my first Iron Man account. Now, I know what you're thinking. This video is going up on Tuesday. It's not Monday. Well, blame it on recording issues. But in the future, it will be going up every Monday. In honor of the first episode, though, I want to give some background on myself and why I'm making these videos, especially because it's so late into my account. Ever since I was a wee lad, I've been playing the game known as RuneScape, staying up way too late, all night even, and sneaking onto the computer just to get 2 inventories full of maple logs. Yes, I was one of those. I played it all throughout middle school and high school. I got a number of high-level skills and even 99 strength and cooking, but I never really learned everything the game had to offer. I was a fucking pleb. Like many people with a sense of taste, when the evolution of combat came out, I quit the game. But when I found out old school was coming out, I jumped at the opportunity to play that original version of the game I came to know and love. So when I finally did start playing, I did what I know best: sniffing leaves and chopping trees. It wasn't until I watched a little known streamer by the name of Is My Strength Zero, currently known as Foe, that I began to learn exactly everything this game had to offer. It wasn't just chopping trees and leveling up and trying to make as much money as possible. There was so much more to it. At that point, I began learning as much as I possibly could and getting better at the game. I got into bossing and getting my first ever major drop, a Zami spear from Krilled Tourette's guy. From there, I went on to Ziliana and grabbed myself a Sarah hilt that I sold promptly to get a bunch of money and get the gear I needed to start learning Zulrah. After I learned Zulrah, I managed to get about 600 some kills and make a decent amount of money. And after that, I found out about this thing called Gauntlet. So I spent the time, completed the quest, learned how to do the gauntlet, and graduated onto the corrupted version, which took me hundreds of attempts to master, but I finally got it down. I do want to add a little bit of information here. This is over a very long period of time. I took lots of long breaks. I played other games, especially because I made content online for like 13 years or something like that. So I was always playing other games and making different videos or streaming different games. So I would only play when I was off work and not actually playing anything else. But soon after learning Gauntlet, a little thing called Leagues started. I didn't play the first one very much, but the second one that came out, I had a plan. I was gonna get really far into Leagues as quick as I could and then spend the time to get into raids. This didn't happen, however. Yeah, I burnt out, but I did manage to learn a lot about the game that I had never done before. I learned how to properly do bandos, and I even got myself a little garage door, as well as full bandos and a hilt. From there, I learned demonic gorillas, grind out the crafting level, and get Zenites, and then after that, I went ahead and did a bunch of Cerberus. I took that knowledge and I moved back to the main worlds and progressed my main account even further. But after experiencing Leagues, there was something missing. And that something was dopamine. Every drop I got, I couldn't help but think about how much better it'd feel if I got that drop on an iron where it would actually matter and it wasn't just for some money. Thus, my first hardcore was born. Fresh off Tutorial Island, I decided to follow one of the famous OSRS guides. Doing all of the early account stuff, I found I actually really enjoyed it when it was on an account where that stuff actually kind of mattered. Eventually, I found my way to Wintertide and I began the long grind for 99 fire making. It was going decent, but eventually I died because I fell asleep while playing. Second verse, same as the first, except I didn't die right away. I was grinding a bunch and I even got plenty of drops, a tome of fire and a dragon axe. I was set up, but then something went wrong. About 80 fire making, I got disconnected, logged back in, and I was dead. We go again! Dire's Dead 3. This time, I got to 90 fire making, and though I didn't get a dragon axe, and though I stopped early, I decided to move on. It was going so well. The whole plan was to start making update videos, but I lacked the motivation. You see, I'm not very good at making friends, and any friends I already do have really gave zero shits about RuneScape. They were too busy playing other games, and I was playing those games with them. So I never really recorded much of anything because I just didn't really see the point. But I kept playing, on and off, burning out, then coming back, and then burning out, and then coming back. OSRS's guide is for real grinders. It wasn't until I watched Foe again get Barrow's gloves in about 4 days or whatever it was, I think at the start of Group Iron Man, that I asked myself, why am I clubbing these guys on the head over and over over again if I'm not having fun. So after like a year and a half or so of playing on this account on and off, I broke from the guide. After that, I started making my own path, and in fact, I played the most consistent I had ever played the game since I was a little kid. I was having a ton of fun, and I was progressing like a madman. But suddenly, tragedy struck. I was on my way for my first Cuirass task. 95 combat, 72 slayer, 80 some strength. I was looking good. I was set, I was doing good. I had very few close calls. I was so excited. I had a video pulled up on my second PC. I clicked the entrance to the Fremi Slayer cave. I looked over at the other video. Suddenly, I noticed a change in scenery on my main monitor. What? I'm in Lumbridge. What happened? How did I die? To this day, I do not know how I lost my hardcore status on my account, but I did, nonetheless. I have a very long, convoluted theory as to how it happened, but I'm not going to bore you with those details right now. However, in a future video, I might cover that. We'll see. From then on, I decided to play as a regular Iron Man. I am pretty proud of how far I made it as a hardcore. I did get some accomplishments. I had my fire cape. I had quite a few barrows runs under my belt as a hardcore. Got some nice items, and I was set up for great success, but it just didn't happen, and that's okay. I still managed to have a lot of fun, and now we've reached today. I've put a ton of progress into my regular Iron Man. I'm reaching that point of the game where it's starting to get down to the real boss grinds, and I'm really excited to make videos. But I know what you're thinking. What does this have to do with the reason I decided to start this video series? Well, I actually do have a couple friends who started playing. One of them is actually one of the guys who helped me in this video, so feel free to report him. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. I wrote the script. Don't report him. It was a joke. It was a joke to trigger him. That's all. On top of that, I just fucking want to. So yeah, I will say this. I welcome any advice you guys can give in the comments down below. I don't mind backseating much, especially if I'm doing something that's just way wrong or something that could be done way easier, especially when it comes to saving time. However, if I don't take your advice, I just want you to know that it is personal, and I hope your feelings are hurt. So let me give you guys a little bit of a rundown on my two accounts, starting with my main. I've pretty much liquidated the entire thing. I don't really have much money left. I have a few things in the GE trying to make some money off of that, but I'm not very good at flipping. So we'll see if those offers work out, but I've pretty much liquidated everything on the account in order to fund bonds for my Iron Man. But my stats ended up being right here: 99 HP, 98 attack, 99 strength, 95 defense, 95 range, 99 mage, 83 construction, 89 slayer, 99 cooking, 99 wood cutting, 93 crafting, and 93 fletching. So I'm pretty proud of where this account got to. I never really planned on taking it to be maxed, but I did enjoy it very much, and I'm proud of what I was able to accomplish, and it just fed me into my current account right now. Moving over to my Iron Man, here are my stats as of right now. The outliers being 95 strength, you know, you gotta punch people really hard, 82 crafting, 93 mage, 89 range, 95 HP, 85 defense. We're getting up there in construction. We got 78 construction, 88 slayer, I think about halfway to 89. We got ourselves 84 hunter. I had to get them dragon imps, baby. And 90 fire making, of course, 78 farming, 77 fishing, 79 smithing, etc. We're actually pretty close to a couple levels here as well. We got 75 agility, which will be 76 this coming week, but we'll get into that here in just a minute. I do want to give you guys a little bit of a rundown of the accomplishments I've gotten so far on this account as well. Looking at the collection log, you can see I've gotten myself 4 abyssal whips already, which I'm pretty proud of. We've actually greened up Hespori, including the bottomless bucket, one of my favorite drops of all time in the game. I think it's so useful. We've gotten 390 barrows chest with a Carol's top, arms hood, and Carol's koi for the 4 of the items that I actually still have, as well as full Derox except for the axes. I got those really early, and I had to alch them for money. You're looking at 3 Guthan's plate bodies, 3 Torix plate legs plus a helm, 2 brassies, and 1 plate skirt, as well as the bow, Carol's bow, and some obvious bolt wrecks, so we got rid of who needs those. So pretty proud of our barrows luck, but however, I really would like to get that axe once again so I could have full Darok. Moving down, I did do some crazy archaeologists on this account to get my first rune crossbow because I did not want to fletch too much. So we did 72 kills, and we actually ended up getting a malediction shard 2 and a fedora. Obviously, we have our fight caves from Jad. We did a few Gartest Guardian kills. I didn't get any actual rare drops from that. We've also done plenty of Kraken kills, 734. I actually like Kraken. I think it's pretty relaxing, but we've gotten ourselves 4 tentacles. And in fact, the first drop I ever got from even the small Krakens was a tentacle. And then shortly after that, I got my empty trident. And then we went to the boss. We've gotten 3 more tentacles, including a full charge trident and 3 jars of dirt. After that, I've done about 12 KC on Krill Tourette's guy, and we've only gotten ourselves a Steam Battle Staff. I'm not managing to stay alive for very long. I'm only getting like 2, sometimes 3 kills a trip, and I really just want to wait until I get my full crystals so that I can go ahead and learn the range method and really start grinding them out. Same with Bandos as well as Ziliana for that. After that, I've done a number of Sarachnis kills, but we've got no drops there. Skitizo, we've gotten the Dark Claw, and we've gotten a bunch of Ancient Shards, of course, but that's it. I've only done 5 Temperos kills, and I got myself a Dragon Harpoon, which I'm very happy about. I will be doing more Temperos here in the near future because I need food, and I like Temperos. I think it's fun. Outside of that, we've done Forecast. That is one of this week's big highlights, and we'll get into that here in just a second. Use my Wintertod log. Obviously, like I said, the Dome of Fire. We've gotten 200 pages. We're actually getting kind of low on charges, but it's not that important. I didn't get full pyro, actually. That's actually kind of surprising. I got 3 copies of the Warm Gloves, but no Dragon Axe, sadly. And after that, I've done about 7 Zulrah kills. I'm really waiting for the full crystal for that to make it just a laid-back, easy grind. But we haven't gotten anything yet from him. But now for the big one, the Gauntlet. I've done about 162 corrupted kills, only 2 regular completions. And yes, your eyes do not deceive you. That says 2 enhanced crystal weapon seeds. Yeah. My first one was on 15 KC. I know you're mad. It's okay. Let it out. Feel free to flame me in the comments or be mad at Jagex or whatever. Yes, I got it at 15 KC. And then I got another one at about 80 or 90. I didn't get any armor seeds until over 100 KC, and then I got a second one. I'm actually getting to be a little bit dry for either of these seeds, so I'm looking to get my 3rd crystal armor seed soon, and that's going to be a huge motivator because that means I'm halfway there. Halfway there. So I'm really excited about that, but that's the big one. I ended up using the blade for a little bit, and then I broke it down so that I could go ahead and make myself my corrupted Bofa. After that, moving on to raids, we look at TOA. Yes, I have done some entry modes because I thought, hey, I could probably do entry modes and get myself a thread. After 5 completions, I did. In fact, I almost did a normal run without dying. It went pretty well. I could probably do it easily now because my stats are way higher, and I'm going to be getting into that here very soon. But I stopped to do it because I thought I need to go ahead and get my crystal armor done. But you know, it's a little grindy, you know what I'm saying? But it might be worth it to go back and get some herbs and stuff like that for the herb lore. Look at clues. I haven't really gotten too much from clues other than some Armadillo God D-Hide and some Ancient God D-Hide. I haven't gotten any boots, so I'm really actually trying to grind out the hard clues so I can get some D-Hide boots. And then I think another big highlight to put out there is I actually did grind out the Master Wand from the Mage Training Arena, because the whole thing is to get into raids, right? And I'm like, if I get a Kodai drop, I'm not gonna want to go back and grind out that wand. So I thought I'm gonna do it now so that I have it for the future. And you know what? I think it was worth it. It really didn't take me too long to do it, I'm gonna be honest. So I actually do have a Master Wand. Putting everything back into the bank, my bank value is at about 251 mil. It was close to 400 when I had the blade, but I put it into the Bofa. I'm glad I did to get it corrupted, because now I can use it at shamans and that'll speed things up. That's that. Now that you kind of caught up on my account and where it's at this moment, I obviously have a lot of big quests done, but we're not going to go too far into that. I think you guys can get the picture of what quests I have done based on what content I'm doing at the time. We're going to get into the accomplishments this week. It's going to be a little bit shorter this week because I decided to do this series like 3 days ago. I decided on Thursday evening I was going to start doing this series. So all the footage I have is pretty much old screenshots that I shared, and then footage I record literally over the past 2 nights. So yeah, let's get into the stuff we did this week, and then at the end we'll talk about our goals for the following week. Earlier this week, I was locked in my red prison, grinding away at Corrupted Gauntlet, when I decided that I was a little bit burnt out on this content just for a little bit, and I thought, what else could I do to progress my account and do stuff that I need to do, but also push this problem off for future me to deal with. So I decided I need to get my attractor. So I went and I did Dragon Slayer 2. So once that was completed, I don't have any footage of that sadly, but once that was completed, I started the Vorkath grind. I did my first couple of kills and I was able to get them, but it was kind of a struggle. Here's the gear that I used originally, except for the first few kills, I forgot that you need a salve amulet, you idiot. So I did a couple kills without it, and it was pain. But once I remembered the salve amulet, the kills actually went okay. They were decent. They weren't super quick. They're anywhere between 3 minutes and 5.5 minutes, honestly. So it wasn't too bad. We grinded them out, and while I was doing it, I realized it's kind of weird, man. You go into Vorkath's lair, she's just there, an undead dragon, already dead but living, just trying to take a nap, and some half-bald adventurer comes running in and says, "Wake up, bitch, time to die." Except she's already dead, so she fights and fights and fights until she's too tired and goes back to sleep. And then it all happens over again. How dark and sad is that? So anyway, I killed her 50 times and I got her head. Went over to Drainer Village, turned it in, and we got ourselves our attractor, which is a huge fucking upgrade. So after that, also, instead of doing my red prison duties, I decided do some quests. So I did. I decided to do Cold War and Swan Song so that I could do making friends with my arm and unlock Weiss. So I did that. I completed those both, and then I grinded out the salt for not just the fire pit at the God Wars, but also the fire pit for Weiss. So I could use the herb patch, and then enough salt to make the portals in my house for the icy basalt teleport so that I could get to the Weiss herb patch right away, and also the stony basalt teleport so I can teleport right to Troll Stronghold, because when I do an herb run, I generally neglect the Troll Stronghold every once in a while because I don't feel like running from Trollheim all the way over there. So even without the diary done, this is a huge help, and I'm going to be going over there to farm herbs a lot more often now. Once those were done, I did a couple more upgrades in my house. I got my fancy jewelry box done. I had the boost for it, and I actually got the boost in my first try, believe it or not. And then I was like, oh man, I can boost for the fairy ring. So I went and I farmed up my mushrooms, and I was all excited, and then I realized you don't use a fucking saw to put mushroom rings in your house. So I wasn't able to actually get it done because I'm 78. I need 2 more levels, and then I can do it because the saw does not boost levels for anything that doesn't require the use of a saw. But I got another upgrade done, and that was my pool up to, I think, the fancy rejuvenation pool is what it's called, I think. It's the one that restores stats. It's the second to last upgrade. After that, I decided to go ahead and clean up some diaries I had to finish up. I went ahead and I finished up the medium diary for the desert, and then before I even turned that in, I actually decided to do the hard diary. And I gotta say, when the fuck did KQ get this hard? I don't remember KQ being this hard in the past, man. God, she was hitting me so hard. Man, it took me forever to figure out a good strategy so I could actually kill her. But once I did, I fucking killed her. We got it done. And I was able to complete both the medium and the hard diary for the desert right away. And now my Camulet will teleport me above the temple so I can get to the sandstone really easily. After that, I decided, you know what? I'm going to get over myself, and I'm going to go ahead and do 1 round of Barbasalt. I fucking hate Barbasalt, just so you guys know. And a lot of people, for some reason, take it so fucking serious. Oh my God. Sorry. It's a sore subject. But I did it. I went there. I got one wave done for the medium diary. I thought I was golden. I looked at the hard requirements and all of the tasks that you got to do, and it said, buy a granite body. Too bad I didn't look into it, because once I did every other task, the last one was to buy a granite body, and I went to her and realized, oh shit, I have to kill a queen. Fuck! So if anybody wants to carry me through Barbasalt, please feel free to hit me up or leave a comment down below, because I would very much like it. I can't pay you, but I can love you. Aside from that, that's pretty much it for the things that we accomplished this week. Like I said, I only decided to start doing this on Thursday, and it's Sunday right now, so I didn't really get too much footage. But next week, there's going to be a lot more footage and a lot more stuff going on. It's going to be a bit of a shorter video because I don't have to do the whole expose of my character and the history and stuff like that. But it's still going to be, a little bit more concise, you know, and better footage and stuff like that. So I'm excited for that. Let's talk about the goals for this upcoming week. Number one is I got to get back into CG. So I'm going to be going there. I'm going to get some footage of getting some kills. Hopefully we can at least pull one more armor seed this week. If not another one, that would be sick. I'm going to go ahead and grind out my next level of agility. So we got 76 agility. That's not going to take long at all since we're almost there. Get the prerequisites done for Monkey Madness 2. I think I only have to go and unlock the balloon route to the Gnome Stronghold in order to be able to start that quest. And then I'm going to complete Monkey Madness 2 this week. And that will unlock Demonic Gorillas so that we can actually start getting our Zenites ready. And I'm also going to try and get 84 crafting this week. Outside of that, I'm going to obviously be trying to get another Shaman Slayer task because I'm only trying to do Shamans on Slayer right now. But as we get closer to needing that Warhammer and closer to raids and stuff like that, I might actually start doing more Shamans in my free time, especially because I'm actually starting to kill them super quick with the Bofa and the Attractor. It's sped up the kills a lot with these upgrades, so that's going to be helping a lot. Plus the range XP is super nice, and we actually do get some money. And as far as another extra bonus goal is I need to get some money this week because I am running low and I'm running out of membership. So I have got to get myself another bond. That's it for the main goals of this next week. Obviously, I'm probably not going to complete them all, and I'm going to complete some different ones because I get distracted. I look and see something shiny and I go over there and do it. Plus, I believe we have a new quest this week, actually. I might look into that. We'll see. Who knows? I don't know much about it. I haven't looked too much into it, but I know it's coming. I think we have a new boss as well, don't we? We'll see. Anyway, that's for future me to worry about. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe down below. Don't forget to share it with your friends. And also, like I said, if you got any advice, hit me with it, dude. I welcome it. Please. I don't mind it. I'm not gonna sit here and claim that I'm super smart or I know everything about the game or I know better than anybody else. So I welcome the advice. Once again, I also do stream on Twitch over at twitch.tv/DireSaint, and I'm live every Tuesday, Wednesday, Fridays, and Saturdays. But generally, I play different games over there. I don't generally stream RuneScape while I'm streaming on Twitch, but on the occasion that there's something big going on in the game, like a league or something, I generally do actually stream it a little bit. So I always have a lot of fun during those on the live stream. So feel free to stop by, give me a follow if you're new. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys next week. Adios.